Hey, what's up, everybody? Hopefully, you guys can hear me. For some reason, Streamlabs has changed, and my microphone is no longer defaults to the main one that I hook up for my live streams. I don't know why it doesn't do that. So, what's going on? Before I get on there, I'll do the intro, but I wanted to make sure everybody was cool with. We had planned on doing. We could talk about anything we want, but we was talking about watching Friday the 13th, the Killer Cut, and I made a mistake. Doug, you mentioned that it was Freddy versus Jason was on Tubi, and I got that mixed up because while we were on here live, I looked up and it was Killer Cut was on Prime. So anybody, I think we still watch Friday the 13th, the reboot. We're gonna watch Killer Cut. If anybody can't watch it, they can just sit along, talk to us. But I've got it on Vudu streaming because I already had the digital copy of that. So and then I wanted to do the intro before we get into the movie. I want to remind everybody I put out that video where I did an impromptu Christmas giveaway. I got 5 movies here. There's a Christmas video out there that I posted this week. Anybody watches this now or after the fact, all you got to do is go under that video where I talk about these and put any kind of comment you want. Doesn't make any difference. If you comment on it, you'll be entered into the drawing. So let me put these to the side and we'll get started. So I'm going to go ahead and I will start the intro video. So by the time it's over, it'll be right at 10 o'clock. So I'll be right back. Let's go. If it'll work. What the hell?
WRG 94.9 The Urge, Haddonfield's home for rock.
I'm Willie the Kid, and there's nothing you can do about it.
Come here now. You're the last one. You should have been watching him every minute.
My special, special boy.
What's this? No! 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 No!
Say hi to Mommy. In hell.
So what's up? I'm actually kind of stoked to watch this. I haven't watched this Killer Cut in a while. So, and I actually haven't watched the reboot at all in a while. So this would be kind of cool. I also want to let you guys know I'll be posting an update once I confirm with him. Now that we're talking about Friday the 13th, I want to talk a little bit about you can talk about anything you want while we're watching this Friday the 13th related. I'm going to get Peter Anthony back on here, who's basically an expert, resident expert that I talked to about Friday the 13th. And we're going to do our rankings this Thursday. And right before we go live doing that, I'm going to announce the winner of that Christmas giveaway. So I've already got the Killer Cut queued up. And then while we're watching it and it gets started, I got a couple cool things Friday 13th related I want to show you guys. So are you guys ready to watch? Doug says he finished watching Walking Dead. We can talk about that once we get this started. So is everybody that's on here, if you're going to watch it with us, you can go ahead and start it. I'll give you the countdown. But like I said, you don't have to watch if you don't want. But Killer Cut of Friday 13th, the reboot. Let's go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Play. Make sure I got my earbuds working. Yeah. That way you guys can't hear my TV. So you was talking about Walking Dead. How far back had you not watched it? Because I skipped a lot of episodes the last couple of years because I just thought it had gotten a little bit boring. So yeah, how far back did you have to go to watch it? You know, this Friday the 13th reboot and the Texas Chainsaw Massacre reboot is basically how you damn need to do a reboot or requel, whatever you want to call this damn thing. I guess it was a reboot since it wasn't a sequel. I mean, there's obviously a lot of stuff in it that they could have changed to make it better, but it's pretty damn good compared to a lot of that other mess that's been out. And old Star Wars collecting and hobbies said he was ready. So anybody else? Oh shit! I got my volume turned up too loud. That blew me out of the seat. It looks like we got about 6 people in here. Who's actually watching it with us? Chime in on the live chat. You started from episode 17 or 18 all the way back. How long did it take you to watch that, man? Because I watched religiously all the way through when Negan bashed in Glenn's head, and then I watched the season after that, and then it started fading out a little bit to me after that. Did you guys like this opening here where they've got his mother? You know, the lady that's playing Jason's mother there starred, I think her name's like Nana Visitor or something like that. She starred in Star Trek Deep Space Nine back in the day. I thought it was weird that she randomly shows up on here. Here comes the darkness. Yeah. What's up? Man, that's a sexy fucking avatar you got there. I love it. Alexa Bliss is fighting number 1 contender on Raw. If you didn't know that, I think she fights Bailey. So yeah, what we were talking about. Do you like the opening? I watched 8 episodes. I like the opening. This movie, like I said, does a pretty good job of, giving you the basics here at the beginning. And my special boy. There's a fan film called My Special Boy that's not that bad. If you guys look on YouTube, it's free to watch. If you're interested in seeing like what happens like in between like one, I think it's like between 1 and 2. I didn't even pay attention when I went to the theater to see this, that they didn't even do the title opening right there. I remember seeing the all of the credits. And I'm glad that they don't put a date there and it just says present day. I like it better when movies do that. I don't like when they try to tie it into a date. Hopefully you guys didn't hear that. I had some notifications come up on my phone. I was out of town for the last 2 days. We went she should win, hopefully. Yeah, I kind of hope so. It'll be a fresh match, Alexa versus Bianca. I kind of like how they open this thing up and establish some of the characters, and they're not all, assholes. You obviously got the sex fiend ones that are. Well, I went to Friday night and Saturday, and then this morning we went to the Greenbrier Resort in West Virginia. Hey, brother, what's up, Cody? Since you usually don't watch along, if you want to chime in, we're at the beginning of the opening of the reboot of Friday the 13th. They're looking for the pot field. I haven't watched this cut since 2010. Probably your original copy got stolen. Really? Got stolen? Why would your movie get stolen? Think they're all sex fiends. Yeah, pretty much. Well, I don't know. Maybe not that main girl. Maybe the rest of them. Love the Friday beer. Yeah, I was telling them this is how you do it right. This reboot here and the Texas Chainsaw Massacre reboot with Jessica Biel, those are reboots done right. I mean, I love both of those movies, and I like the version of Jason here, and then the Leatherface that's in that reboot of the Texas Chainsaw Massacre is pretty awesome too. He's more terrorizing to me than Gunnar Hansen in the original Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Because once you see that, he's not really terrorizing. The first time, just say you say yeah, but she doesn't show up until a little later. That's true. Well, isn't it her, this girl here? Isn't she one of the ones that get lost there? That's his sister right there, right? In the blue. Not blue, not the one. The blue's the one's going to show you the tatas. Storage was broken into when I was moving. That sucks, man. Sorry about that. I thought the tunnel idea was awesome. Yeah, it is pretty cool. I mean, I wonder if did that exist, or was Jason supposed to have cut all that tunnel through himself, like dug it through? But I thought it's kind of classic because I love the old Friday the 13th movies where they do the campfire setting to kind of set the mood of the movie and to tell you this any of the backstory that you might have missed. Like anybody's gonna have missed that shit when they were watching while you're watching the movies, you'd have seen them all. Hey Cody, were you here when we was talking at I was talking about his avatar again with Alexa? She's fighting for the number one contender against Bailey tomorrow night. You think she'll win? I mean, he did have a lot of free time. Yeah, that's true. It is a little unrealistic though that one man could cut all that damn tunnel. It's like he's fucking dig dug in like the whole time, like the video game during like a decade or two. So, not to offend any females that'll watch this. So, before we get heavy into this, we got to get a question answered. So, you got two chicks here. You got the one that's basically all natural, and you got the one that's got the augmented breasts. Which one of those you like better? Do you care whether they're fake or not? Bailey all the way, even if Oscar's probably going to join up with Bray. Yeah, I was telling him I was out of town. I didn't see SmackDown. Somebody was posting online a video of Oscar where she was putting her old clown makeup on, from her old gimmick over C. So do you think that that's what's going to happen, that it's eventually going to be her? Because I think it would be a good swerve because it's going to be way too easy to just have Alexa hook back up with Bray. He prefers natural. Yeah, me too. Because most of them just don't look exactly right. Yeah. Well, I'll give her credit though. Alexa's got fake ones, and then she didn't go like overboard with them, and they look kind of natural in her clothes. See, they're talking about having sex with her boyfriend. I got me a really nice, thick drinking glass from up there at the Greenbrier. Keep my beverage cold. It's kind of as little as she is, I don't think she could have gone. That's what I'm saying. I think some women though think the men just want them super big, so she would have like made them too big. I think she did a pretty good job. She told a story though that she had self-esteem issues and then had eating disorders and everything. So she was trying to. Here they come. Fake look weird. Yeah, I know. Not all like hers. This girl's kind of a little bit too orangey, like they're oranges or cantaloupes. Like that dude would not notice that guy look staring at her. Classic. No, I didn't get to see Violent Night. Sorry, I did. Like I said, I've been out of town Friday night, Saturday, and yesterday. I responded to just a few messages when I was on my way back, and we stopped. Saw Violent Night Thursday. Yeah, Doug said it was fun. Has anybody heard? Is it going to come to streaming any faster, or is it going to be? It's pretty cool. It's got some nice rock tunes in here. I used to like this Sister Christian. Did you I wonder if that'll come streaming before Christmas or on video on demand? Because I want to see it, but man, I just haven't had any free time. I posted a video like when we were on the way back home. I stopped because somebody told me that Walmart had some cheap movies. I just posted a video like right before um we came on here because I edited it real quick when I came back home. Walmart has got a really nice display. Everything on it's $3.96. I got the entire series of Orange Is the New Black, 20 discs for $3.96, and they had about 20 different 4Ks on there. And it was a couple movies that I wouldn't have bought, but I bought them because they were $3.96. Check out that video, man, in your Walmart because they should be getting a new display like this weekend. I don't know whether it's Black Friday like 2.0. I'm bummed the mean one isn't playing around me. Yeah, I don't think I looked yesterday and it wasn't playing around me either. But did that go on demand? I want to see that one that's on Shutter. What's the name of the one that's on Shutter? Something about Bloody Christmas or something. Drum Dums. He reviewed it. Let me see. He probably have it on here. Christmas, Bloody Christmas. It's like the Terminator, a Terminator type Santa Claus. What it is, it's a Santa Claus, robotic Santa Claus that goes rogue and starts killing people. It looks pretty good. Maybe damage control screws over Alexa and she starts back to the dark carry. Yeah, I don't care that Alexa. I would rather her not go back with Bray, but just go heal. Do you find it? No, that's what I was telling you. If you can find it, I've been starting to see a pattern. It looks like there's different parts of the country are getting these, and it's probably because they're like movies from Walmart and stuff, and what didn't sell. I'm finding a lot of stuff that some of the other people that chat with me in my comments or on Instagram, they don't find. And then you guys find some stuff in your areas that I don't find. So it's not like everybody gets the same stuff. There's a lot of core titles that are the same everywhere. And that's just basically the ones that didn't sell anywhere. But no, I haven't seen those, but I did over this weekend found a store that had some new stuff, that had some TV stuff. I'm looking at it right there. I got to record another video. So it's been pretty cool. It's weird living in a rural area to where sometimes we get stuff when it's supposed to come out, and sometimes it trickles in, like because we don't sell a lot, they don't put new stuff out into some of the old sales. Because typically what happens is, if you watch some of my videos, they'll leave all the old boxes there and they'll unload a new box and just stick it all in the front. And then once people like me go in and just strip through the stuff in the front, look, I remembered to put it on here. So if anybody sees what we're watching. Yeah, I've seen a $6.99 price tag on a DVD Dollar Tree from Walmart. Yeah, a lot of those Walmart selects it will show up at, which is basically, I think, an exclusive from Walmart will show up there. I found quite a few of those. And I found a season. I'll just go ahead and tell you. I found a season of 30 Rock. and a season of Quantum Leap, the old TV series at the Dollar Tree, like the whole box set season. Saw a ton of box a week ago that was stamped February 2022. Yeah, the stores have been terrible because if they don't sell, they don't rotate the stock. Sensational cinema. Hi everyone, what's on the agenda? Well, we're watching Friday the 13th, the Killer Cut, and we're at oh man, I got it on Voodoo. I can't read that small print. Where are we at? We're at about the 15.5 minute mark. But you don't have to watch it. If you want to talk about Friday the 13th, you can. I told the guys I'm gonna be doing a live stream probably. We got some, they're trying to have some sex going on in this part. And she thinks somebody's watching them. But I'm probably gonna have a live stream on Thursday of this week. Peter Anthony, if he's still free, we're gonna rank our Friday the 13th. The movies, not any fan films, not anything, just the actual core movies, including Jason versus Freddy, from worst to best, what we think. Yep, we were at about 15.5. The one with Jason's pot plants. Yep, they just found the pot plants, and the one guy got killed. The other guy's getting him some action in the tent, so to speak. Yep. That was I don't like Jason Goes to Hell at all, but the uncut version of that, where that girl gets the tent spike through her whole body and rips through it, that's one of the best kills in the whole series, and it's pretty gross as far as if you can get the uncut version. I know I've been busy and I just forgot to now, but I still want to see some of your TNA house show picks. I'll send you some of mine too. Yeah, if I don't do it before, when I've got them over here on a bookcase behind all my eBay stuff right now. So what I'll do is, if I don't do it before, when I get during Christmas, I'm gonna be off for like 11 or 12 days. I'll dig them out. If worst case, I'll do one of the live streams. I'll show them on here, or maybe I'll throw some photos up on Instagram. I don't think anybody wants to see a video of that. Like I said, the cool thing about it is a lot of the shows that I went to, they did like what do you call them? It was like, burned DVDs of it. So they like made manufactured versions of the shows. So I've got a lot of DVDs of the shows I went to. A couple of them you can see me in the front row. I like these kills at the beginning here. The guy out in the pot field, it would have been better. Reminds me of Jason Goes to Hell. He comes and at the same time she gets slashed. I may have some of those DVDs. It could be, I forget what they were called. What was that group that was working with TNA doing some of those live events? I forget. At the very beginning when they first started doing house shows. So he just found the weed, and then he's going to see him dead, right? There's his glow stick. Yeah, they didn't do them all for every show that I went to either. They did some of them though. UWF, that was it. That was pretty cool the way they did that. Here he comes. He's cutting through the tent. So I always like this part because when Kane Hodder did his kill with the sleeping bags, it got screwed by the MPAA. And I thought it was kind of cool that this is a unique take on it. It's not the same thing. It's not him bashing her up. Ooh, that's pretty gross. Him getting the bear trap. It's not the same, but it's kind of a take on it where he's got her in the sleeping bag. I like it that it's over the fire. That's pretty cool. He was preventing. Yeah, that's he's like, if you're not gonna use abstinence, I got some birth control for you here. Because instead of him finishing, that guy was shit his pants seeing Jason. The Jason X sleeping bag kills. Yeah, and see, I think that was another reason they did that sleeping bag kill on Jason X is basically to give the bird to the MPAA, basically saying, you screwed that movie because 7 and 8 would have been so much better with all the gore in it. Speaking of that, that was one of the things I was going to show you. I'm in one of those. I'm in a Facebook group with it's like a man. It's I don't know, MOD. They make manufactured discs. It's a nice way of saying the B word, bootleg. And the guy cuts me some deals sometimes. I'm not gonna mention anything about who I got it from, so don't ask. I can talk to you on the side because I don't want anything. I don't want to get hit with anything on YouTube. But plus, Jason X had 2 girls. Yeah, he did 2 for 1. But what the guy did was like, part 7 and 8 got cut all to hell. So this guy made some discs where he took this is part 3 and 4 cut together, and it's got the alternate some of the cut scenes added back to it, and he did it looks really good. And then he did the same thing with part 8. Do you guys remember this cover or this poster for Friday the 13th part 8? Because I saw this poster in the theater, and I had the theater owner was going to save me this poster, and then I guess New York tourist whatever agency ended up suing them, or they had to take them all down because they didn't authorize them to use the I Love New York poster. And when they pulled the posters out of the theater owner told me that he had to send it back. But some people did get them, obviously. Well, he used that alternate cover art on this. Well, he took the deleted scenes and put them back into part 8. So they're lower quality, but it still looks pretty good. So he made me that. And then I got a couple other Friday the 13th, so I was going to show you. What the hell did I do with them? Here they are. He did the same thing with 6. Took the deleted footage and added it in there. Now this one, the deleted footage is actually not that bad of quality, but he did it with part 7. And part 7's deleted footage, if you know anything about it, he put an intro of John Carl Beekler on there. It got destroyed. The only version of the deleted footage from part 7 that exists is from his original VHS like screener copy. So it looks really bad. This is the part. Let me stop right here. I love this part where he's chasing her through the woods. Because like I said, man, I almost stood up in my seat and cheered at this part because I hadn't realized they didn't do a title card of the movie yet. Somebody told me I should do we were talking about different types of videos this weekend when I was on my trip. I was asking the guys some ideas, and they said best opening scenes of a movie. And if this wouldn't be on the damn top 10 list, I don't know. This whole segment here before the title card is pretty cool. Shit, let me get to your. I like the Addams Family reunion because you can't get on physical media. Yeah, I'll ask a guy. I don't know that he's done the Addams Family reunion or not. What he does do a lot of the VHS stuff, but what he'll do a lot of times, what they do is if it's not available in widescreen, but it's aired widescreen, ooh, to the face. Here it comes. I love this right here. If that ain't a damn epic shot of him running, and I love the fact that Jason actually runs and he's menacing as hell in this, coming down at her, and you obviously think she's probably dead at that point. That's pretty good opening right there. If there was ever a widescreen release of it that aired on cable, this guy that makes this stuff for me would probably do that. He typically doesn't do a lot of full frame straight from VHS stuff, but you never know. Cartel running legal. Oops. Running legal. He's probably hired Jason to watch your security, maybe. Yep. He's watching the weed field. This dude's stupid for having stayed on the floor while he stabbed through it. Yeah, I know. That's one of the things that it gets me though, man. Like when you got that blade, like the girl in Evil Dead, when she's in the crawl space and the machetes coming through the wall and like cuts across her knee. That stuff bothers me more than seeing like a chainsaw go through there, because I've never obviously seen anybody get cut with a chainsaw, and it's fake. But knife blades sliding across people like that and cutting them when they make it look real like that, that kind of gets to me a little bit. So I was reading an interview with somebody who was in this movie, and they were talking about how everybody hates Mr. Stupendous back there. And they said that, obviously when they wrote it, they wrote it specifically to have it where he's like an ultra douchebag on there. They wanted you to hate him from minute one. It's almost like it's a parody of those type of characters from like the 80s movies. I have 2 from Virginia, 1 from North Carolina, and 1 from Philly. Yeah, I probably got 1 at least from Virginia and North Carolina. I never went to any of the ones up in Philly. I got a Terrifier 2 print signed by the director from Zobi. That's kind of cool. I'd like to see that. Shoot a picture of that and send it to me. I'd like to see it. Is it which poster is it? The official one, like the one that was on the VHS cover? I mean the VHS cover, the Blu-ray cover. Hey, we remember that girl we was talking about that was in Terrifier? She accepted my friend request on Facebook, but I've been out of town, so I haven't contacted her to see if maybe she'd do an interview with me. I also am going to go ahead, and even though I don't know, I'll have the same categories, I'm going to do my Jeffy Awards after the first of the year. So give me some good ideas for last year I picked the best steelbook as far as cover artwork and stuff. And then I did like best theatrical release, worst theatrical release, worst movie of the year, all that kind of stuff. Give me some ideas of some categories, because I don't know if I want to do the exact same ones again. That was kind of fun doing that. So I've already told the person that's going to win my fan film award that they're going to win. So hopefully they'll record some footage of me and I edit in there. You pre-ordered Steelbook, or you can pick it up store? I pre-ordered it, but every single Steelbook that I've ever ordered from Best Buy, I know they don't have the Steelbook, has come damaged. I got a 4K Steelbook of Kick-Ass 2, and it was literally broken in half because they put it in that paper with very little bubble wrap, whatever you want to call it, on it, and then literally anything the post office sets on it cracks it. The original one, the alternate one, was with the girl with the wings. Oh, okay, that's cool. Yeah, shoot me a picture of it. I'd like to see it. I've started following the 2 girls. The main girl, I followed her on social media, and she's pretty nice, and I've chatted with her a little bit. And I mean, she's answered a couple questions. And then the girl that sings the Clown Cafe song, I've been following her, and I've went back and forth with her a little bit. She is like super sweet. She's a nice person. I'm worried they won't have many in this. Yeah, that's what I'm worried. My Walmart, if you look at my movie hunts, anytime they get anything exclusive, Pearl, they only have 1 or 2. So yeah, I was a little worried about that too. I think though, I was going to do a video of it, and then I started talking to those people online, and I didn't want to be pissy if they looked at my YouTube channel. I was going to post, they're going to milk that shit for all it's worth. So you're getting a 4K release exclusive to Best Buy. You're getting a Steelbook release exclusive to Walmart. And then you're getting a Blu-ray that's got some special features that are exclusive to Amazon. I mean, I understand, like he did, Kevin Smith aired the 2 movies at his theater, and they did a Q&A, and during it, it's already made over $10 million. And he did say that the first one, he confirmed that it cost $35,000 to make and $15,000 to edit and promote. So, if you go back, that's what I keep telling people, and look at the micro budget movies, which is what Terrifier 1 would be. You find somebody that can make what they always, oh, the plot sucks, or it's got, it's that no plot, no character development or whatever. Dude, it cost $35,000, and then Clerks, Kevin Smith, made that for 27,000. So a lot of that shit is relative. People need to give those movies more credit, especially like fan films and stuff. Most people donate their time. It's kind of like Cody, he and I are kind of like in a lot of those B movies. It takes a lot to make a movie, and then when you start talking to these people, and then when they have small budgets like that, you got to be ultra creative, man. That's why you got to kind of rate those things different. You can't compare those things to feature films that are out at the theater. How much is Netflix? Is this new series Wednesday worth watching? I loved Wednesday. I thought it was a little long. It probably could have been a little shorter. I don't know. I needed 8 episodes, and I wish they had more Uncle Fester, but Netflix just went up. I can't remember how much it is now. But yeah, I mean, just to get it for a month to watch stuff like Wednesday is worth it, at least for 1 month. Yeah, you talking about Terrifier? I want the 4K as well. I don't know that they're going to put a 4K out of the first one. Best micro budget would be a great category. That's true. What would you pick as your a micro? You watch a lot of that shit, a lot more of that micro budget stuff than I do. Basically anything under 100,000 is like a micro budget. If it was new, I mean, think about that. The new Terrifier 2 was only crowdfunded for 250,000. Dog barking at him. Do you guys watch Supernatural at all? I had just gotten into Supernatural after this. I didn't watch it before. This movie probably has the longest sex scene in a horror movie I've seen. This movie? I know Terrifier 2. That's what they said during the interview thing, that a lot of it was crowdfunded. I don't know that they used Indiegogo, so that's why they didn't mention that. But yeah, I mean, 250 grand. And he was able to, it's about an hour, almost an hour longer than the first one. And it's got way more gore in it. And, it's more than just, you think about it. That was one of the most, I've heard people complain about the first Terrifier, that, it doesn't have a big, doesn't have a lot of, what do you want to call it? Everything basically happens in that one building. Clark doesn't move around, doesn't do much. He doesn't, stalk very much because the setting is so small. And I was like, what, dude, he had like $35,000, and he did the beginning. He did some stuff outside with the car. He did the stuff in the little restaurant. He does the stuff, up at the top in the main apartment part of the building. And then he does the part in the bottom. I mean, then he's got that little cheesy morgue scene at the end. Well, I mean, what the hell do you want for for $35,000? When he's fucking the friend, you talking about at the end here when he tells her tits are stupendous? Yeah. So I'm gonna double dip on now. I'm gonna buy the 4K of Terrifier at Best Buy, and I'm gonna get the Steelbook from Walmart. So it's like I'm a hypocrite because I'm in one breath complaining that they're doing that. They're releasing all those different versions, and I'm gonna end up buying 2 of them. For that long a runtime, I didn't feel like a drag. It didn't. I mean, when I first saw it, I think the Clown Cafe stuff drags a little bit. And I was listening to the girl that's singing that song. She said that scene at the Clown Cafe, which is the dream sequence, all of those people that are sitting there that ended up, getting killed as part of that, those were all people that were involved in the crowdfunding that donated money, and one of the tiers was that they could be in the movie. So they brought them all in for that one main scene. Exactly. Just the fact that you got a movie made for that, and that you got all those people putting in all that time, and the actors don't get paid hardly anything. But I agree with it. I didn't think it drug very much at all. It was a couple scenes maybe. There's a set where you can get a lot of extras, like yeah, I saw that, but isn't that like a um Australian or something? It was like 150 of their deal, and it ends up to be like $85 American. I don't know. I'm gonna spend $85 basically on a movie, and you don't even get that. I don't think you get the 4K in that set. Trying to sell him that weed. Good times. Good times. I'm assuming everybody that's watching this has seen this before. That was a buzzkill to me that they let the main character of her die in this damn thing. Look at him. And then the main girls, you don't get to see their boobies, but you see the other ones. I guess that's the way it works. If you show your boobies, you die. I didn't realize his shirt says "Fuck Christmas." That's not nice. I love big budget blockbusters, but to me, it's way more entertaining to see what people can come up with. Yeah, sometimes you give somebody all that money and they like waste it, or you see some of the worst CGIs in some of those movies that they claim they got all that money for special effects. It's like I said, I like the Terrifier because he tried to make his own practical effects. And you have to be really creative, because I love sitting down listening to that Peter Anthony made that Roseblood fan film. I love sitting and listening to him talk about how he did certain things, and sometimes he didn't even know how to do it, and he just had to make it on the fly. And that sometimes you only get like one shot, and if you don't get it, it's screwed. He was telling me like that there's one scene he gets his eye plucked out of his head, that they had this like cylinder made on the side of his head with it scrunched down in it, so that then the actor, he had to time it right where when the one playing Jason did this, like it was right on the edge, and they could look like it pulled his eye out and have some blood squirt out. That was kind of cool. Yeah, she dies either way. Like I said, any of these chicks that show, so what is it, 3 of them that show their boobs, and all 3 of them die. I'll listen to a micro budget movie commentary every single time. Yeah, so will I, unless it's a director I like. Like I liked listening to the first Halloween, and I loved listening to the commentary tracks with John Carpenter and Kurt Russell, because you could tell they're friends and that they love working together. The first time I saw this, I thought it was weird. Like, she's kind of like the goody two shoes, and is she supposed to be with him? Because he gets in the sack right there with that other girl awful quick. And then he's right here. He's kind of fighting her to not go with this guy, like he's jealous or something. So what the hell? The blonde guy reminds me of Dean Ambrose a little. Yeah. I'm not a huge Dean Ambrose fan. I think he's like the third wheel of the Shield, the worst one of the bunch. Mark Polonius commentaries are great. Yeah, I think I've listened to a couple of those. I like you said, I like listening to the micro budget ones. Did Damon Leone, did he do a commentary track on Terrifier? Dude, I looked it up. What we were talking about that week we watched Terrifier. That steelbook that I got's got the DVD and Blu-ray in it. That steelbook sells for like $150, $200 now. Yeah, I listened to some of the Apes ones, and I think I listened to a couple of the Camp Blood ones. Those are the movies. The dialogue in those movies are so cheesy. Sometimes it's better to listen to the commentary anyway. His David Sterling really put out a lot of. I mean, he did a lot with those box sets, but a lot of that was re-releases. Did he really have a lot of new releases this year? Because he was bragging last year about how many new releases he was putting out this year. I need to re-talk to him again. My man smoking the reefer. Yeah. Did you guys like the concept of this movie where they kind of took? Well, he gets killed. He's like licking on paper titties. So he gets killed, I guess, because he did that. How they took a bunch of concepts from all the movies. So you get Sackhead Jason. You saw Jason when he was a little kid. And then now you're going to get Jason where he finds his hockey mask. Did you guys like the fact that they put all those different versions of Jason in here and in one movie? Because if they're going to go to that effort, I still wish they would have done a sequel to this. I don't know how they didn't work out some deal where they couldn't have done a sequel if the movie did well. And the movie, did way better than the stinking Nightmare on Elm Street reboot. Ask kind of 3 through 5 and things might be the only original ones. Yeah, they filmed like all those Grax Grinder movies like back to back to back. I think he told me. That Thing 666 is the one that I donated some money and got the VHS copy, and it's got. I got in an argument. I'll tell you. It's got me listed as an executive producer on it, and I was going to do a video on it. And one of the people that I interviewed on my channel, their manager got pissed because I told them about that, and they said they didn't like directors and executive producers that gave other people executive producing credentials when they didn't really executive produce. All they did was give money, because that's a hard job and they do it, and they don't want people just to get the title when they don't work in the industry. And I was like, no, dude, you're like taking this way to another level than what. I didn't mean any offense. I didn't say I was executive producer. He did. Yeah, I forgot about Claw too. You can't see it. The helmet's hanging like right here. That helmet. Yeah, you can see it right. You see that right there. You can see the words, the W on it. That's the helmet. There's the mask. He's getting his mask. This Jason is just like I said, Leatherface, man. They're big and menacing, man. I like him. Yeah, you got the cool one with the flames on it, didn't you? See, that didn't even exist when I bought mine, because he taught me in to pre-order mine before anybody even knew they were coming out. I think he gets mad at me sometimes now because I was pumping money to him like really quick, getting a lot of that stuff to have stuff for my channel. And then lately I've been buying them like later because I just didn't have the cash. But he promised me there's one of his physical media releases coming in the next couple months. It's going to have one of my unboxings on it. I thought that was cool. Yeah, so did you get the helmet that's got the flames on it? I get paid this week, and I told him I'm going to buy that other set that he just released so I can unbox it on the channel. Yep. Too sweet. What else has this girl right there been in? What's her name? What's her name? I forget. What else she been in? She done anything else? You know what this naked skiing scene reminds me of? Did you watch Piranha 3D where he gets you got a couple scenes in that, and the girl parasailing and goes down in the water and they're videoing it and she comes out and she's half eaten, and then he's obviously got those girls off the edge of the boat. That reminds me of that. There's the link. Where's the link? Yeah, he was doing that to me when I was buying because I bought Camp Blood and then like 2 or 3 other boxes, and so then every time he would get something out, he would cut me a good deal to get it if I would buy it, pre-order it, and that way he'd ship it to me before it actually got released. Did anybody do that nasty shit in school? Maybe I was past I'm too old for that. Did anybody drink out of somebody's fucking nasty ass sneaker like that? I never did that, and I never would. That shit is nasty. I know people's feet are nasty. I'd rather do Das Boot, like from Beer Fest. Get that big glass boot, drink out of it. I got a miniature version of that. I tried to drink all that. I couldn't even drink that much. That's the real Das Boot. Shit, my cable came loose. I went to Wi-Fi for a second. I hit it with my foot. Love Beer Fest. Yeah, that's one of my favorite movies by Broken Lizard. He just runs her ass over with the boat. I love most of their movies. That Slammin' Salmon wasn't the greatest. Where's my YouTube app? Doug, you said something about a link. I don't see it in the chat. Where were you sending a link to? Dude, I got popcorn everywhere. Club Dread is your favorite. Love Coconut Pete. Yeah, I know. Why does Club Dread not have an official Blu-ray release? I'll never know. I love that. I love Beer Fest, and I love Beer Fest when they're in there after the funeral, and then one guy does that monster burp, and they're just like, "Oh wait, oh stop, wait, let me bask in it." Pina Colada Berg. I was going to say that right before you posted that. I love that shit. I'm going to have to watch that because that's a good horror comedy. That's right up there with the Shaun of the Dead, man. Where are you posting a link? Because I don't see it in the chat, and I'm looking at the chat also. It says you retracted a message. It's not showing up in there. Pina Colada Berg. I love that shit. I'm going to have to watch it. Here she goes. She's going to take it in the head. Does he really? Oh, man. Wait a minute. Got to see. Boop. Man, she should have been floating in plastic things. She had 2 giant buoys right on the front. Yeah, just send it in Messenger. I'll have to look that up. Man, I miss Bill Paxton. He was good. He's in some classic shit. He's in that, Aliens. Another category, a friend of mine, we were talking about the other night. Do you have any movies where you consider the sequel, a sequel, doesn't have to be the second one, but a sequel to be as good or better than the original? The reason it came up was because, we were on that trip at Christmas and we were talking about how Christmas Vacation has gotten to be so iconic. It's even, more people like it than the original Vacation. And that's the third entry in a series. So like, what movie do you like where one of the sequels more than the original? Do I have any more popcorn? My eating schedule is off. I was up till like 2 a.m. at the casino last night, up at that place. I was doing lots of liquid beverages. A waste of good tits. Yeah, I know. She had her own life preservers in front. She could have. But like Friday the 13th, there's a lot of the sequels that are better than the original. The original is not bad, but it's more of a whodunit. It's not as much of a slasher. So Friday 13th Part 2, 4, 6, 7 are to me are better than the first one. What did I play? Some blackjack. I'm not good at craps, so my boss is. So I watched him play a little bit of that, threw a couple bets down. Some slot machines. I won some money and lost it. And then he gave me some money and I lost that. So I didn't come out of there too bad. It was fun. Got a lot of free drinks. That was if I had to pay for those drinks, I'd have been like I'd come out in the red. I don't know if he said it's region free. Yeah, it may be. I don't know. Well, if it's 4K, it is region free because they don't have regions with 4Ks. But yeah, Cody, you like a lot of movies. What's some sequels that you like better than you and Doug? What's some sequels you guys like better than the originals? Or if any of you guys Star Wars, you still on here? Sensational cinema. Give me some ideas because if I can get a good list going, I might make a good video. Where see how far I can go back in the chat here. Is collecting and hobby still on here? Is the Friday 13th Peacock series supposed to be out before or after the new movie? I think they're going to probably get this TV series out before the movie is what I heard. I'm really worried about that movie. If they try to rush a movie out and they don't plan it properly, like where is it going to be a sequel to this? Is it going to be another reboot? I mean, where is it going to fall? I mean, they could really screw that up. They try to hurry. All right, everybody, we're at 53:35. I like that concept of hitting the trip cords and the bells ringing down in his tunnels. That was pretty neat. I thought that, and to me, this movie shows that Jason at least has a little bit of intelligence to him. That he's not just a stupid walk around killing machine. And does she really look anything like his mother? Like, why did he pick her? Maybe it's just because he killed all the rest of them. I didn't see any resemblance much. I don't remember what that picture in that locket looked like. Texas Chainsaw Massacre 3. Is that the one it's called Leatherface, Texas Chainsaw Massacre 3? You want to know why I don't like that movie? Well, I mean, I like it a little bit, but it's a hell of a lot better than the one that came after it. Man, I felt like I got Hornswoggle. I remember sitting in the theater and the trailer for Leatherface, Texas Chainsaw Massacre 3 came on, and he's standing beside the lake or whatever, and then that the lady of the lake brings the silver chainsaw out of the water, and it goes up in there, and he catches it and cranks it and turns around, and then that version of Leatherface looks nothing like the Leatherface that you get in the actual movie. So I was like, and plus the saw looks so much better. I was like, that movie trailer was more epic than the movie itself. I think the movie's more important. I was shocked they were making a 10-episode prequel. Yeah, I think they're just like so giddy that they can do something now that can be seen by anybody, that they're just going to end up like, hopefully they don't oversaturate things. And I'd really like the movie to be, well, obviously a totally different concept than anything to do with the TV. So I don't want a prequel. I guess maybe we get another reboot. Like I said, to me they should have done a sequel to this one since they had it open ended. So he said, yeah. I kind of like his version of Jason though. What's everybody's favorite Jason like version of all these movies? Kane Hodder played him in 3 but didn't get credit. Kane Hodder was in 4 movies. He was in 7 U Blood, 8 Matt Takes Manhattan. He was in Jason Goes to Hell in 2 roles. He played Jason at the beginning and end, and he also played the security guard in the hallway, one of the security guards without makeup on, like just him as himself. And then he played him in Jason X. So he was in 4. Oh, you talking about he played him in 3? Leatherface 3? Is that what you mean? Really? I didn't know that, if that's what you mean. Shit, I'll have to go research that. I would just assume you meant 3 movies. Sorry. I apologize. Really? That's some shit. Who gets credit for playing him? If they do a 10-episode show, I would think that would take longer, and the movie should be a year later. I don't think they should be linked together at all. And I think, like you said, if they're going to do the series, hopefully it'll come out at the beginning of the year, and then it'll give you a couple months to, it'll make everybody excited about the new movie coming out. But I think they're rushing to try to get a movie out, unless they already had a script ready. Because the worst thing they could do is rush something out that's like half-assed and not good. And then they're going to be like, everybody's going to be like, we've waited, what? It'll be 10 years. This was 2009, so it's going to be like 13. Well, that's kind of cool. Well, actually be 14 years then if it doesn't come out to next year. I was going to say 13 years later. That would have been cool. Yeah. So I didn't know that. Who played Leatherface and got credit in the movie? I watched that Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2 4K. It looked really good. And that movie, I think, is a little underrated. Most people don't like it that are hardcore fans of the first one because the tone is so different. But it really isn't, because they really meant the first one to be satire a little bit about what was going on in America. Godfather 2, all right. Yeah, I'll give you that. I pissed somebody off one time because I told them it, and you might have heard me say it when I did the unboxing of those steelbooks. When I first saw the first Godfather, I was like, half of this movie is boring. Like, why does everybody think this thing's a masterpiece? But yeah, Godfather 2 is better. Dude, did you just look who's talking to? Okay, yeah, I remember his name now. I remember somebody had a sign pop by him. Yeah, I know, that's what I'm saying, but are they gonna did they do that? Did they really have a script just waiting around ready? I doubt they did. Those studio heads are pretty much pricks. You know, I can't decide whether I like Terrifier 2 better than the first one or not. I do kind of like the simplistic feel of the first one, and I love that kill of sawing her in half. I think that kill in the second one, in the bedroom, that shit goes on a little too far. It's almost like he's like, I gotta. Oops, sorry. Now, talking about natural, she like wipes away all the other ones that they had in this movie. Button on her ass pocket or a jean short. Speaking of Travolta, I hope I come across the Fanatic at Dollar Tree. Really enjoyed that movie. If you watch the next Dollar Tree video I post, I found a second copy of it. With a slipcover. Somebody keeps contacting me on eBay. Said they found me on YouTube and contacted me through my eBay link on one of my posts, and then keeps asking me to trade movies, and you can't talk about making deals outside of eBay on eBay, or they can ban your account. So I told him to quit sending it to me, but he says he doesn't have social media, so that's the only way he can contact me. So I was like, he wants to trade me for that Fanatic DVD, and he's got a couple movies I want, but I'm not going to do it through eBay. Yeah, I knew Fred Durst directed that. Devin Sawa, I like him. He made some pretty good horror movies back in the day, and then disappeared. What happened to him? Did they have Kane Hodder play the role because he was the stunt man in it, and they just left the suit on and they filmed some of it or something? I could see that happening. He was a good stunt man. If Cunningham directs the next movie, that might be a record for oldest director formation. You know, well, if he hadn't just died, was it Richard Donner who directed the Lethal Weapon movies? He was writing the script for Lethal Weapon 5 when he passed away, and he planned on directing it, and he was going to be one of the oldest directors ever because he was in his 90s. And I watched an interview that Mel Gibson said that he asked him if he died before they got it made, would he take over the reins and would he direct it and also star in it? And so he told him he would. I know they're old, but I don't think they're too old for this shit, as they say. I would like another Lethal Weapon movie. I didn't really like Lethal Weapon 4. I thought they made a joke of it, bringing in Chris Rock and stuff. Well, I'm going to just tell you this. That's a movie. I like Lethal Weapon 2 better than Lethal Weapon. I think the action is like way better. Speaking of an opening scene in a movie, Lethal Weapon 2, that car chase scene at the beginning is pretty damn epic. Yeah, Devin Sawa was in Chucky. Yeah, I like him. He was in two movies. The first Final Destination that I liked him in, and Idle Hands. Did you ever see Idle Hands? He did the trailer with the light and hidden chainsaw. That's cool. Here comes Stupendous. All right, everybody, we got to pause the chat for a second. There you go. Stupendous. He knows how to make a girl feel special. Really? That's all it takes? You have to tell her her tits are stupendous? See, back then, what are they going to do now? Like, back in the day, they were like always smoking pot and taking drugs and stuff. And it was like a no-no. And now like pot's almost legal everywhere. So it's not a no-no. So will Jason not kill you if you're smoking pot now? See, Doug called it. Boobies. There's better photos in the catalog, dude, than that. What are you doing? He's got the deer looking at him. He don't want to look at this deer looking at him. Oh, I know what that girl was in. Man, I just said a minute ago. That girl there was in the first Piranha, wasn't it? What? No, she's in the second Piranha movie. The second one, yeah. Hey, I saw somebody post today, you guys, I'm not to ramble, but somebody said that Die Hard was supposed to originally be a sequel to Commando, and it was supposed to have Arnold Schwarzenegger in that. All right, boobies again. Boobies Part 2. So juicy. So he went from stupendous to juicy, man. It seems like that's a downgrade in compliments there. See, this is what I was saying. She got to know he's in there with her. So were they supposed to be together or not? He's like, there's a guy in here too getting laid. I don't think she was in Smallville. Maybe, I don't know. If she did, maybe it was later on. I know she didn't start. Jason's watching them. That's nasty. His mama wouldn't like that. I'll look it up. What's her name? Dana something. So this is Friday the 13th, 2009. And she is Danielle Panabaker. Man, she's cute. She's in the Flash TV show. She was in that girl, that the main nice girl here that was with out there looking for his sister. She was in the second Piranha, not the first one. She was in Piranha 2 or whatever they call it. Piranha Hold on a second. I dropped my soda. Hold on one second. I'm going to reach it. Hold on one second. The fuck did it go? I got it. I forgot how I even killed that guy. So what is that? What kind of spike is that? Where did he get that from? I didn't catch it. I watched Dallas almost lose to the fucking Texans. And then my son told me it was embarrassing because he likes the Bucks. And he told me it was embarrassing that they had to switch the game to a. Oops, can you hear me? Shit. He said it was embarrassing because they had to switch the game in the third quarter to a different game because the Bucks were getting their ass kicked so much. So yeah, I was looking up that girl, that Daniel Panabaker, how you pronounce her name. She was in The Flash and the crossover DC Legends tomorrow. She was in Supergirl and Arrow. So I guess she's doing all that DC Arrowverse shit. She was in the episodes of Justified. I used to like that show. Yeah, she was in Piranha 3 Double D. Yeah, they're still having sex, and there's Miss Stupendous again. She was in a movie called Girls Against Boys. I remember seeing that. She almost made it. She was in The Crazies, the remake of The Crazies. You guys ever see The Crazies? Yeah, sorry, man. I didn't remember. I had this drink in a container, and I didn't remember whether I opened it, but I did have a lid on the outside. What I do sometimes if I bring a drink or something in here, I'll put it in this insulated cup, and to keep it cold while we're in here. I didn't remember whether I opened it, and the last thing I wanted was to like finish this stream and get up and realize that I had opened my soda and that the whole damn thing had leaked all over the floor. And when I pushed the mic away, I forgot to bring it back. But I used to have a little table beside me, and I moved it, and I got to bring it back. As a 49ers fan, I was bummed they switched it over. Although they switched to a game that. So I didn't look who won. Did the Seahawks win or lose? The NFL's weird this year, man. It's like teams that shouldn't win, and the teams that should be good, like Dallas had trouble. Yeah, it did. It busted the top of my drink. Now I can't get the fucking thing open. Just so you know, they did the same thing to Dallas the other week when they were winning 40 something or whatever. They switched it over. Getting beat, so I almost need trade off. And yet the 6 and 7 Bucks are still in play because they're winning that shitty division, dude. I really enjoyed the last Friday theme. Brutal and Jason finally runs. Yeah, that's what we're watching now. Is not that you have to watch along, but that's what we're watching. The killer cut of that Friday the 13th. And I agree, it was kind of cool. That was one of the epic shots when he comes running at her at the beginning with that machete. That's one of the shots I love in this movie. And I was also telling him earlier, it's cool that Jason has finally got some damn intelligence to him because he built all those underground tunnels and even put that bell system in where he can hear people when they trigger it. I mean, you kind of know Jason has got to be a little intelligent to be as stealthy as he is in those other movies, but in this one, you kind of like actually see it. Been waiting to watch the Fablemans. Is that that one Spielberg? Is that one he made? I can't get this fucking drink can open. I'm gonna end up slicing my finger open on live stream. Maybe I get some hits of that. I'll tell you something I bought. You see those hot chips, like the one chip challenge? Um, Amazon had them things cheap one day, and I bought one of last year's and this year's. I got. So has anybody ever eaten one of those things? One of those hot chip challenges? Because I got one. I'm thinking about doing them over the Christmas break. I don't know whether I'll do it on a live stream or not. Oh, dude, we don't need OBJ. I mean, the way that Pollard is balling as a receiver, and here I love this him running to this act shot right here. He's gonna hit this guy in the back with it. I love this part right here. That's pretty fucking epic right there. Ooh, yeah, I think OBJ would be cancerous as far as a team chemistry wise. They got a good thing going. Yeah, the Fablemans and Spielberg. Yeah, I was watching something about that today. So yeah, I think even Jason right here shows some intelligence that he did it to where he paralyzed that boy, basically hitting him in the back, but he didn't kill him yet. So they're thinking that they might come out there and come after him. So I like the fact that he's got a little brains to him. She's flipping. Oh, that's pretty gross. Yeah, see, when Jason realizes that it wasn't going to work, then he just pushes it on through him. Miss Stupendous over there. What else has she been in? Anything? From what I heard, he wouldn't be ready to the playoffs. I think he's overrated, more trouble. Yeah, I mean, to me, I think a team should just wait. Look, the team that. How did Jason get to up on the roof that quick? A team that signs him, he wanted to go to the Giants, but then the Giants might not even get in the playoffs. Why would he sign with them and then not make the playoffs? I think he's going to end up going to Buffalo. Hopefully the new Friday series, the teaser for the movie, do the prequel explaining Pamela, etc., that leads in the new movie. It would be kind of cool if they did some stuff with the prequel and use that as flashback stuff in the movie. That would be pretty neat. Have you seen the latest Hellraiser movie? I would watch it, but I don't want to feel mad that I wasted my time on it after seeing most of the direct-to-video sequels. Yeah, I did a review of it on the channel if you want to look at it. It's non-spoiler. I liked it. I would say that it's better than almost all of the sequels after the first couple. I will say that Hellraiser 3 is a little underrated. I haven't seen it in a while. I went back and watched it. I think 2 is a little overrated. Like, people talk about how great the second one is. It's better than anything after Hellraiser 3, I would think. Maybe. Bloodlines is pretty good, though. It's good. It's not great, but it's really good special effects. The story is pretty good. I didn't like the side story of this other machine thing this guy gets. I'm not gonna spoil it. Gets caught up in. It's like everything else. They try to make it too damn convoluted so that it's new. But yeah, it's worth watching. I think you'll like it. Pinhead. Everybody's like, oh, it's a woman playing it. Well, it's a transgender person playing it. It's a guy. It's a girl that used to be a guy. I think that, to me, that's almost like a good concept, because I like that Pinhead is not supposed to be I don't want Pinhead to be male or female. I kind of like want it, I liked it to where he's ambiguous. Um, and I like the fact that in the new one it isn't all sexual. Like I think in the first couple of movies with everything being tied to sex, uh, you could tell Clive was kind of like what Clive Barker wanted, and they didn't do that in this one. It's more of a kind of like the addictive nature of people and getting pleasure from different things. Like the one main girl is a drug addict, so that has nothing to do with sex with her. But I really enjoyed it. I thought it was good. Yeah, and so Cody enjoyed it too. I think it's worth watching. I fell asleep, so need to rewatch the new Hellraiser. Yeah, like I said, it's not great, but it's definitely worth a watch. What's up, Jeff Man? Hope you're doing well. Just gave a thumbs up on the video. Appreciate it, brother. We're watching Friday the 13th, Killer Cut. Yeah, obviously you don't have to watch it, but hey, before you jumped on, give me some opinions. Sequels that are better than the original in your eyes. To me, there's several of these Friday 13th movies that are way better than the original. I was telling them I like Lethal Weapon 2 better than the first one. A lot of people like Aliens better than the original Alien. I don't. I like the creepy, like like they're hiding away on the ship and it's real kind of like scary as opposed to like in your face action type stuff. First four are good. I also enjoy Judgment. Yeah, Judgment wasn't terrible. Um, but I mean, it wasn't anything like that made me like want to say that it's one of the best ones. And I don't know that I would recommend it. Is Miss Stupendous? No, that's not Miss Stupendous. Danielle Panabaker, how you pronounce it? She's the main girl that was right there with the dude from Supernatural, the ones that were out looking for his sister. She's the what you think's gonna be the final girl here. Miss Stupendous was the blonde. Her name's Juliana Guile or Gill. That's Miss Stupendous. Terminator 2, yeah, I give you that. Yep, Terminator 2 better than the first one. And we were at 2118 when Doug posted that. I love to hear parts of the original score in the new movie too. Yeah, the cool thing about a couple of these fan films that have come out, he's actually went and recorded new little segments of music for them to include in some of these fan films. So yeah, he's big into continuing the Friday the 13th music. So I look for if they don't have him as part of either the TV series or the movie, they're stupid. I thought the Purge sequels were way better than the first one. Really? I kind of like the first Purge, but my son says the same thing. Purge Anarchy was good. The concept of the home invasion type aspect I liked because I'm a big fan of like The Strangers. And there's a movie that I watched. Yeah, that's a good point. Bride of Frankenstein. Yeah, it's better than the original. There's a movie that I watched that is sort of like a home invasion type thing. Let me look up. I'm going to see if you guys have seen this. I'm going to look up the title of it. It's I don't want to get it wrong. It's my concept, Cody, of maybe reviewing movies that aren't first run, like making people. I think I'm going to review this movie that I'm going to tell you about. I just want to make sure. Yeah, it's a movie called The Aggression Scale from 2012. Have you guys ever heard of that? Speed 2. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I know you had to be kidding about that. That movie probably would have been bad even if Keanu Reeves had been in it. So have you guys heard of a movie called The Aggression Scale? It's got, there he goes, Mr. Stupendous. Ray Wise is in it, but he isn't one of the main characters. He's basically a mafia guy, and the main two characters. One is I don't know how you pronounce her name, Fabiana Therese or something. She's the main actress in it. I'll read you the description. When out on bail, mob boss Bella Vance discovers that $500,000 of his money is missing. He sends 4 hitmen to send a loud and messy message to the suspected thieves' family. When the killers invade their home, they'll meet the household's emotionally disturbed young son, Owen. Owen has a history of violent behavior, knows how to make lethal booby traps, and is about to teach these thugs some deadly lessons in extreme vengeance. One of the thugs, I don't know, Ray Wise played in Twin Peaks. One of the thugs is Dana Ashbrook, and he played in Twin Peaks, so that's why I like the movie. But I'm a big Twin Peaks guy. That is a movie I recommend seeing. If you want to watch, like, it's not horror, it's like psychological type thriller. If your son still believes in Santa, don't let him watch Violent Night. Dude, my son is 20 years old. Well, I guess that don't matter this day and age. But no. But my son did think that the several of the Purge movies, he doesn't like the first Purge movie at all, but he likes the Anarchy, and we went to see the latest one. He didn't like the first Purge. What is the last Purge that was out? The Forever Purge? Is that what it was called? He really liked that one. We went to see that at the theater. I was afraid that one was going to be a little woke, but it wasn't. I like most of the Purge movies. I didn't like that first Purge, though. I don't know why. I just didn't like it. And when I say the first, I don't mean the very first one. I mean the one called The First Purge. Miss Stupendous is in the movie Beer Hong and My Super Psycho Sweet 16. Holy shit, that sounds like a movie I gotta see with a title like that. See, you guys are good at digging into this shit just like me. Let me look at that. I gotta see this. What year did that shit come out? She was Stark's assistant in Civil War? Huh. What year was this in? She was in Rush Hour, the TV show. I just lost a little bit of respect for her. She was in Cougar Town. Is this the right person? What the hell's going on here? What in the wide, wide world of sports is going on? My Super Psycho Sweet 16 Part 2. There was a Part 2? Oh my God. Has that got a Blu-ray release? Did you guys ever watch Psycho? I'm Psycho. Psych, the TV show. She was in that. Wow. Yeah, that's Super Sweet Psycho Sick, whatever the fuck that is. It's that she was in Road Trip Beer Pong, like you said. I don't remember her being in that. Did she get nude in that? I got that movie on DVD. Road Trip Beer Pong. I thought he was still a kid from what you said on the past live stream. Made him seem younger. Well, no, it's probably stuff I've said. I don't talk about him a whole lot. He don't like me talking about him on live streams or YouTube, so that's why I don't mention him much. I can't believe they're going to do a Rush Hour 4. The third one's rough. Yeah, I mean, I'd rather have Lethal Weapon 5 than Rush Hour 4. We don't need Rush Hour 4. Plus, I thought Chris Tucker said he was going to scale back on his, hit the edge to his comedy. It's not going to be the same if it's not the full blown Chris Tucker. Chris Tucker, do you guys like the Friday films? I love the first Friday. They should make another one of those. with them grown up and having their own kids, like living in the neighborhood. That is like some epic stuff. I've used that as a clip in one of my videos where Chris Tucker tells that guy he's taking a shit. And he's like, don't tell anybody. And that guy's like, hey, everybody, Smokey's taking a shit. I read Ice Cube tried to buy back the 18. Yeah, I know. I think I did read that. That sucks. Yeah, right. That does suck. You can't have a Friday without him and Chris Tucker in it, though. I know Chris Tucker wasn't in the third one, was he? And I didn't really like it as much. Was he in the second one? I don't remember. Excuse me. You need Chris Tucker in it if you're going to do another. They should do another Friday. Yeah, Mike Epps took over. That's right. Was that when Chris Tucker said he wasn't going to do like raunchy comedy and shit? That's true, man. Didn't he die? That sucks, man. You can't do No Holds Barred 2 either. They were talking about doing the Friday before for a while. Yeah, I was going to say that would be cool if they did another one. They should bring back Chris Tucker, though. I like this the concept of having that bus as where you can come out and that way nobody would see you coming out of the ground. Rip them. Yeah. I think if you, depending on the plot of Lethal Weapon 5, whether it would work, like maybe a old case of theirs comes up and they're retired, and then some, current cops have to bring them in on the case or whatever to help them solve it, and then they get wrapped up in it or something. That's what I heard. Did you guys ever see the graphic novel of Die Hard Year One, where it was John McClane when he, his first year on the force? And they said that they were considering, before all that happened with Bruce Willis, if they made another Die Hard, that they may do that, and they may do to where it starts with him having an open case that links into his one of his very first cases, and then you do 3/4 of the movie as a flashback to him as a young detective in year one, a young John McClane, and then that you have to see that unfold as the present day John McClane is trying to solve the crime he's working on there. That would be a really good concept, and I think it would have worked. But you would have had to find the perfect person to be a young John McClane. But if it worked, you could have then springboard off of that and had more older, flashback movies of him in different cases and stuff. That would have been cool. It shouldn't be hard to do. Mel Gibson and Danny Glover have been doing direct-to-video for years. Riggs and Murtaugh are definitely too old for this shit. That's the joke I made earlier. I was like, are they too old for this shit? When Mel Gibson did that interview back in November, when I saw him, when he was talking about, he promised Richard Donner that he would do it if anything happened to him. He still looks pretty good. I haven't seen Danny Glover, so I don't really know. But I think Mel Gibson, as long as they're not asking him to be like the centerpiece to the action all the time, I think it would still work. Man, those characters are really cool. I love the first two Lethal Weapons. The third one was okay. Bringing Pesci in, but I think he went a little too far when like Chris Rock came into the last one. I think he got a little watered down, and they tried to make it too much comedy and not enough of the action. Plus, with Mel Gibson being more settled because he fell in love and not over the edge as much, I think it took a little away from the first. The first two were really good. I'd rather see another Major League movie. Yeah, you could do that too. You could have Roger Dorn, like, he's used to being rich his whole life, and now the team is losing, and it's basically draining his bank account, and he's got one more gasp. And maybe you could bring Tom Berenger and uh, Charlie Sheen back, and they could be coaches. Like Charlie Sheen could be the pitching coach, Berenger could be the actual coach of the team, and get some wild and wacky players. I think you could do that. As many damn Bad News Bears movies as they made. I didn't like that Major League Back to the Minors very much, but I liked the first two. I like the way they get Jason here at the end. It's a pretty cool concept with them being on a farm or whatever. It's kind of realistic they'd have some of this equipment around. He's such a big guy, man. I got a hockey mask hanging up there, signed by his Mears. I got one of him and Kane Hodder. Maybe that would be a good discussion too, like movies that deserve one more sequel. I'd sit around and think about that. I'll tell you a movie. I wouldn't say it's as good because it obviously the first one's a classic, but a movie that doesn't get enough respect is Psycho 2. Psycho 2 is really good. I hated they replaced Wesley Snipes with Omar Epps. Yeah, so did I. I'm assuming Wesley Snipes wanted too much money because wasn't that around the time that he was Juliana is naked in half for movies? Is she? Well, they are stupendous. Maybe that's why they're paying her so well to be in those movies. Omar wasn't bad, but he was no Snipes. I know. Was that because Snipes was, getting big and he wanted too much money or something? Probably. Willie Mays Hayes. I loved the first Major League. I watched that shit over and over again when I first bought the VHS. They think they got Jason just because his brain got a little scraped there at the end there. Just when you thought it was safe. The next day. I like Omar Epps in that show House when he was on there. That was pretty good. You know another reason that they couldn't do a Friday? I know you couldn't do it because the father, man, John Witherspoon, he passed away too. You could definitely not do another Friday without the father in there. Yeah, so it's two of the main characters are passed away. That sucks. Start realizing how old we're getting. Uh-oh, look, it took all this long before we got some porn going on. Look at that. Holy shit. We still got the Sheen with his tiger blood and his DNA. Yeah, it's true. I used to love 2.5 Men. Is that the name of it? Snipes wouldn't return to Major League 2, but he went on to do The Fan with Robert De Niro. Yeah, but why didn't he do Major League 2? Was it money? Yeah, would have been Yeah, I always say that. They never go all the way. They won't fucking like chop any of them's heads off. The HIV, yeah. Oh, here it comes. This doesn't have a mid-credit scene or anything, does it? See, I hate ending a movie on a jump scare like that, and then you don't get a sequel. 2009, and then those idiots couldn't come up with some deal or some. They both sat around all this time and basically made no money other than toys and stuff. So they couldn't come up with some kind of deal where they could have made some money. I mean, I thought that was just stupid. Greed, man. I never understood Hollywood. They could have come up with some deal and just split it 50-50. And that way, what the hell difference did it make? They're both making money. Yeah, no, it doesn't. Money for sure and ego. Same reason why he was a prick during Blade 3. Yeah. Which Blade has got Triple H in it? Is that Blade Trinity? Is that Blade 3? Come on, 69 Mega. I blocked that user and it's still letting the comments come through. You know what? Watch this. It's going to let me do this here. I don't know if it'll let me do this here. Let me see if I can get online. You guys don't go anywhere real quick. I want to try something real quick. Yeah, this movie doesn't have an after a mid credits or an after credit scene, does it? I don't think it does. So Cody, will it? Did it? Are you? I bet it Cody and Doug as moderators to the channel, so you guys could kick people now. I think. Let me look at it again. Did it put it? Sometimes it puts a wrench next to people's names. Did it do that? Yeah, I marked both of you guys as moderators. Triple H Blade 3, yes. Yep, the third one. They had the CGI open his eyes in a scene because he refused to open his eyes during a scene. That's fucking stupid. I thought Blade isn't that the one that's got Ryan Reynolds in it? I didn't think that was too bad. Hey, I think it sticks where if I make you guys moderators, that'll go to the next time we do a live stream. Both of you guys will be marked. If that's the case, I'm gonna try it next time. If we do one, you guys can if you see any of that spam pop up, see if it lets you guys hide them or boot them, and it's not just me that can do it. Because you two are usually on there here most of the time, so I'd like to. I make both of you guys moderators. Yeah, Jessica Biel. I never was a huge fan of Jessica Biel over the years, but I did like her in that Texas Chainsaw Massacre, and she fucking looked good in that too. Yeah, it says I'm a moderator now. That's cool. Another major league would be great. Get it done while everybody's still alive. Would love to see Bob Uecker. Is he still alive? Is Bob Uecker still alive? Really? With everybody else that's passed away recently, I almost thought he would have passed away. How old is he? Bob Uecker? You guys remember those Miller Lite commercials? And he'd be like, wasn't it him that would say, if they turned this stadium around, I'd be on the front row. Or am I too old where you guys don't remember that? Major League. So yeah, you got all the mainstays. What about the lady that owned the team? She's passed away. And the guy that was the original coach, he's passed away. but all of them, the main characters. Hey, I forgot though. Charles Cyphers was in there. The guy that played the Sheriff Brackett in Halloween. He was the one of the assistant coaches, I think, or some character in there. So he's still alive. With great power comes great responsibility. No thing for me. What do you mean no thing? I don't know. Yeah, I don't know if it's going to show up sometimes. Oh shit. It'll list it in apps. Yeah, like not that you can see it, but now that I've refreshed my app, like you guys have blue and you got a little wrench by your name, so that means you're a mod. So you can kick people or mute them and stuff like that. I think like you could right click them. Randy Quaid in the stands. Yeah, that's funny. Can Randy Quaid come to America now, or um is he stuck up in Canada and they'll arrest him when he comes to the US? I didn't see any spam. Yeah, I tried to usually if I can hide the user, it'll stay for a while and then sometimes it comes back and then you have to block them. But sometimes when I'm trying to block two different ones, if it's hard to do both of them one right after another one because YouTube it takes a second on the app. Because I'm doing my comments, just so you guys know, I'm looking at most of this stuff through StreamYard because I got control of everything on here. Like, I can turn the banner at the bottom on and off. I want to put that on there. That way people can see what we're discussing. And then like I can put my little logos at the top and bottom and I can play the video, like the intro and exit videos through there. I can switch it over to YouTube where I can see everything. It looks exactly the way you guys look at it, but it's too hard to control everything else through there. So that's why I use StreamYard. So Bob Euchre is 88. Holy shit. Yeah, they need to get it before a while he's still alive because he would be awesome. I paused mine so I didn't see the mask. Randy went off the deep end for sure. Yeah, man, he went off. He went batshit crazy there, didn't he? So basically, he turned into the character that he played in Independence Day. So we can talk about the schedule here. And so today's the 11th. We can do a live stream next Sunday, but then I won't do it the Sunday. That's when we're going to switch. So next, I'm doing a live stream and you guys will see this Thursday, and it's going to be me and Peter just bullshitting about the rankings of Friday the 13th. If you guys want to drop by, you can listen to that, chime in. If we're so far off on our different rankings of the movies, you guys can chime in, let us know which one of us is crazy. I remember when Andre Troke slammed in WrestleMania 3. Yeah, that was funny. I like this Friday the best besides Freddy versus Jason. Just the look of Jason looks awesome. That's cool. Yeah, I do like this one. I like Kane Hodder in New Blood when he comes up out of the water. Did you guys think it was silly that Jason went into the water in part 6 with green, like a green shirt on and like dark khaki type pants, and he came out with everything looking all dark black and blue? Like, what the hell happened to his outfit up under the water? But I like the look of Jason as a zombie better in 7 than any of the other ones once he's a full-blown zombie. But as far as a man, yeah, I really like the look of him in this. And I kind of like the look of him in Freddy versus Jason. That's true. It was WrestleMania 4 in the backstage interview around Andre Trope's name Euchre. That was the Tournament Mania. Yeah, you're right, because WrestleMania 3 was that was the actual Hogan Andre moment. So yeah. Shit, man, I hadn't watched that stuff in so long, that old school stuff. Do you guys think they're gonna make Roman defend both of those belts at WrestleMania night 1 and 2? I'm kind of leaning towards I think they are. That would be the smart way to do it. We need to decide what we're gonna watch next Sunday. That'll be the last Sunday night when we do, if I switch to a different day. Do we want to watch Jason vs. Freddy? I'm fine with that. Or do we want to do something that's on Netflix? Okay, well that's good. I didn't miss anything because I stopped it. I think they will, and he will lose both nights. Yeah, I think Roman with him being part time, he deserves to go ahead and have both belts gone. Those belts deserve to be defended individually at every um, premium live event, as they call it, possible. I think this is bullshit with him being basically being part time. It's stupid. Everybody hated it when Brock Lesnar did it, but it's okay when Roman did it. Jason X is the one they show the mask at the end. Yeah, Jason X, like the mask floats down and lands in the lake, and they saw something, and then they show it like go to the bottom. He just does not interest me at all. Well, he's okay as a character, but the fact that he's not on there every week, I like the fact that they created the bloodline, and I think they're getting ready to fuck Sami Zayn over because he's going to get his hair cut next week, and Roman's going to come back and be pissed. I wonder if he's going to get it cut down to NXT level, Sammy, or is he just going to get it trimmed, and Roman's going to think that he's kind of making fun of him or whatever, getting his hair cut like him or something. Winner of Rumble and Chamber. Or are they going to make Roman defend his belt at the Chamber? I think personally, The Rock should cost Roman the belt night one, and then setting up their match to be super huge. And then Roman should probably beat The Rock to keep the Universal title night two. And then Roman should job the Universal title away at SummerSlam. To me, I always wish they had done it to where the winner of the Elimination Chamber gets the match at SummerSlam. They should bring back King of the Ring. In the King of the Ring, the King gets the title shot at SummerSlam. Yeah, we can do Freddie versus Jason. I haven't watched that in a long time. Owens in this. Yeah, Owens will fight him at the Rumble, I'm assuming. You talking about Rhodes? Yeah. Or you think he's going to hold off Owens for WrestleMania? Who's going to fight Roman at the Rumble then? Yes, okay. So did you see MJF was at the UFC event last night sitting in the crowd? He had his AEW. No, I didn't. I mean, I think I saw a photo of it online, but I didn't actually see it. Um, I don't know, dude. All this bullshit going on with the elite and all their EVPs. I just don't. I don't like AEW much anymore, man. I mean, just the fact that they letting the inmates run the asylum. I know Vince McMahon overproduced the show and over controlled everybody, and Triple H is trying to back off of that. The fact that AEW just lets they've got their vice presidents coming on TV and and leading chants about "F you punk" and all that stuff. I just don't like that. I mean, they're like don't have a lot of class. Yeah, I heard Stone Cold might have another match. It was I if Cena has another match at Mania, which he probably will, he's going to be on the last SmackDown of the year. They announced. Um, I wouldn't mind seeing Cena versus Stone Cold because they never fought, and that way you're not sticking two legends fighting other people and wasting match time for everybody else. And I'm about tired of talking about wrestling. I'm tired of hearing about Sasha fucking Banks. She can go to AEW all she wants. I think she's a little overrated. She's good, but she's not all that. I mean, go to AEW and do whatever you want to do. I don't really care at this point. Yeah, so we'll do Freddie versus Jason next week. We like I said, we can talk about the fallout of my ranking if you guys want to watch it, or if you don't see it live, you can watch it afterwards, and then that way we can talk about that if people aren't actually watching the movie at the same time we are. Rock Roman WrestleMania, I think that's probably going to be the main event of night two. But I do think that whoever wins the Rumble is going to end up, if it's a Raw guy, which might be Cody, I don't know, man. They may end up doing Cody versus Seth Rollins again. Whoever wins the Rumble, if they're a Raw guy, will probably, I think they're going to make Roman defend the belts individually at Mania. Don't care about Sasha, Naomi. Yeah, I know Naomi. The only reason I thought they might hire her back is to put her in the bloodline so that they got a female for the family. Um, Sasha's good. Don't get me wrong. I just don't think she's worth all this chatter. She's not that good. board with Sasha too. Yeah, I would have rather have had them put like Triple H tried to get Paige to stay, but I don't know that the WWE doctors would have ever cleared her. But I would rather have him try to get her to stay and just let Sasha go. Becky Lynch is way overrated. She is, but she hasn't had a lot of bad matches though, man. I mean, she's pretty good. She can get good matches out of basically anybody, but I think they did oversaturate her. And I'm starting to get that way with Bianca Belair. I want Rhea Ripley to whip Bianca Belair's ass. Bailey as champ should have happened. Yes, it should have. And if not, that should have been maybe whoever wins it. Mania can feud with Bailey because I don't think Bailey will be the one that wins either belt. Ronda is the worst female wrestler in the sport right now. I think even Jade Cargill is better than her. Ronda is like has regressed on every level possible. Her promos are garbage and her in-ring work is hot garbage. So her name recognition is not worth wasting the belt on anymore. I don't like Charlotte, but I wish Charlotte would come back and whip her ass. I'm tired of seeing Ronda. Ugh. That's fine. I don't want to see her do it either, but I cannot stand Ronda Rousey right now. When's Krampus? Are we watching Krampus? I thought we were going to watch no, we're going to watch the Christmas week. We're watching uh we're watching Silent Night, Deadly Night Part 2. That is on Tubi. Isn't that on Tubi? Because I forgot. Even though I wanted to watch the first one, you're actually almost watching the whole first one because 45 minutes of footage from the first Silent Night, Deadly Night is included in Silent Night, Deadly Night 2. So you're really watching the first and second one together. It's so much footage used from that first movie that it's pathetic. Did anyone else see The Walking Dead? I watched the last episodes. I thought it went off with a whimper instead of a bang because they got all these damn sequel shows, whatever you want to call them, that are coming off of it. Yeah, I like Rhea too, man. She is really good in the ring, and she's pretty powerful performer. I thought they did her wrong when they had Charlotte go down to NXT during the pandemic era and beat her for that belt. That was pretty shitty. Ronda and Shayna should be great. Yeah, I don't mind them being tag champions because that way you get. But I don't want Ronda with the belt anymore. Ugh. Used to hate Becky, but like her now, but not enough for her to be champ. No, she needs to stay away from the belt. I think she realizes she needs to be putting people over. Doug, you were talking about The Walking Dead. Did you like how it ended? Well, I didn't particularly like it. I mean, it was good, but I mean, there's no. I liked Rosita, and I didn't like the fact that they killed her off. But I guess you got to have one main character die because everybody else is getting their own series. It's a little stupid. Once Ronda's done with WWE, her career is pretty much done and over with. She can't go back to UFC. She get whipped again. Yeah, she made some comment in an interview that she'd like to wrestle. What's the Gina Carano? That she'd like to fight her one time before she retires from her MMA career. And I was like, dude, you've lost. You got your ass whipped the last couple times. I just watched an hour and a half doc about Silent Night 2 on my Screen Factory Blu-ray. Yeah, we'll watch that for Christmas. I Garbage Day. I just like the fact that they wanted a sequel so bad that they didn't have a concept good enough where all they did was retread half of the first movie and then wrap some bullshit story around it. It's just funny as hell. We should be able to make fun of that pretty easy. We talked about it one time. It was either that we brought up Krampus. I mean, we can do another Christmas movie the next week too. Can you watch Krampus? I want to start doing something we know everybody can watch if they want to. I don't want to like in this case, I owned the Killer Cut on Vudu um from a digital copy I had. We it's funny. It'll be fun to watch if you haven't seen it, man. Um, have you seen Silent Night, Deadly Night 2, Doug? Have you watched any of the first ones? Yeah. You talking about Rick and Michonne? Top 3 current WWE wrestlers, huh? I don't know, man. You got to put Seth Rollins in there. He can go with anybody. Fucking Gunther, man, is good too. That'd be tough to name 3 because I know everybody wants to put Roman in there. But Owens is good. When Cody comes back, he's good. I don't know, man. Yeah, Carano hadn't fought anybody. She's kind of gained quite a bit of weight too, so she'd be like heavyweight. She hasn't fought in over 10 years, but I think she would still beat the shit out of Ronda Rousey. Well, I'm not including Bray yet because Bray hadn't wrestled, and I'm gonna give him credit that he looks like he's in good shape, but I want to see him actually wrestle first before I say he's top. Now, if you say overall with promo work and everything, yeah, I give him credit for that. And the Miz is fucking stupendous. Talking about stupendous, he doesn't get enough credit. I think everybody blows the Miz off, and he's way better than people give him credit for. Yeah, and Owens is drastically improved on the mic in the last couple years, and I think he's right up there, man. You want to give somebody props. Owens carried that whole feud with Stone Cold for like 2 months going into WrestleMania, and Stone Cold never appeared on Raw live. I've seen it the only 2. You mean you've seen the second one? That'll be fun to watch that second one because it's so bad. We can make fun of it. That'll be fun to make fun of it. We can like basically do a riff view of that, as they call it. Is Barry Windham still in the hospital having a hard time? I heard he was still in the hospital because they were taking donations up for him. If he got out, it happened this weekend and I wasn't around. I was out of town. So, yeah, that's pretty sad. As far as Sasha, we were talking about it though. I give her credit though. She does look a hell of a lot better. With her hair dark color or more of the natural color. I think she looks better than when she's got that blue hair. I'm not much on that shit. I feel so bad for him after the Stone Cold match. He kind of flatlined. He got injured, and I think he took some time off with his family. And then they wanted him to be in this feud with Sammy, but they didn't know Sammy was going to take off so much. So then, do so well with his angle. So they had to postpone the work, that stuff he was going to do with Owens. So I don't know. I also didn't explain if he was alive or not. So we'll see what happens. Yeah, that's true. But yeah. So just to get the schedule down, we'll do a live. I'm going to go live Thursday night, but it is not the official live of the week. And that's for Peter Anthony and I to do that ranking. That's on the 15th. Once I confirm with him, if that works, that probably only be like an hour. Then we'll do Freddie versus Jason on the 18th. And I'll probably go ahead and make the post for these this week. So we'll get them all down. And then we're going to go on the 23rd. We're going to watch Silent Night, Deadly Night 2. If you wanted to watch, does Krampus on a free service? Because I want to start doing the free, like a Tubi or something. Because I really do think the commercials aren't quite as long on Tubi, and we can like bullshit more in between if somebody is watching it during the commercials. Owens is awesome. He got screwed in his title match with Roman. Well, everybody got screwed in their title matches with Roman, right? I mean, that was the whole purpose of Roman's character changing. I hated it. All of Sasha's looks look like wigs. She can't even tell when she's not wearing. Well, I think a lot of that is because they all put that as extensions in their hair now. Because even though Alexa Bliss at one time was talking about putting extensions in her hair, that's weird. Like how that works, where they can wrestle and the extensions don't pull out. I don't know enough about women's hair. I'm surprised though that you don't have any more nipple slips than you do. Because as much as they push them things up and tape them, it's weird that you don't have any more because all those when they're doing like suplexes and fisherman suplexes and all that kind of shit. It's weird you don't have any more of those nipple slips on there than you do. I've seen 1 and 2, but not 3, 4, or 5. I haven't seen 3, 4, or 5 in like a long time. So that's the one's coming out. I've got that pre-ordered. Hopefully it'll come in around Christmas. What else we got on here? Krampus's premium subscription on Peacock. Well, I've got Peacock. We can talk about that during the next stream if we want to watch that like on the 30th. Or is there a movie that's related to the new year that we could watch since we're not actually doing it on New Year? But I miss the goofy characters in wrestling like Doink the Goon. I miss them a little bit, but I don't like how over the top they were. Like I started when they got so fucking goofy. All the like I don't mind Doink the Clown. That was kind of cool, but I didn't need like Bastion Booger. Um, that was a little over the top for me. Once they went that far, I started watching NWA. Um, when it all turned into Hulk Hogan's Rockin' Wrestling was actually what the show was every week. It kind of like I actually wanted to see a little bit of real wrestling, and you did get some of that peppered in because even during that era, you had some really good tag matches. Like Demolition was awesome, and you did have some good individual wrestlers, but um, like I used to like Greg the Hammer Valentine and who else did I like back then? I mean, obviously know everybody like Hulk Hogan and all them, but yeah, I was more of I want to see Ricky Steamboat wrestle Ric Flair in a 60-minute draw. I went to see them at the Roanoke Civic Center, which is near me, and they used to come to Roanoke a lot when I was a kid. And I remember watching Ric Flair and Steamboat wrestle to a 60-minute time limit draw. NWA used to do all them damn draws. I think Ricky Steamboat said in an interview, and I actually met him, and he told me this in person too, that calendar year he wrestled Ric Flair 240 times, and almost all of them were 60-minute time limit draws. And he said it was because they would wrestle on Sunday afternoons, and they would do a matinee, and then they would do an evening show. So some Sundays they would wrestle twice, and that's how they got all those matches in. But they both claimed they wrestled like way over 200 times in 1 year when they were feuding. Um, I liked that stuff back then. Steamboat just had another match too. Yeah, I know. They just can't hang it up, man. Only on Peacock, but I'd watch. Yeah, I didn't get the 4K of Krampus because I was wait. I never did. Is the picture quality that good of an upgrade? Wait a minute, I did get the 4K of Krampus. Yeah, because Best Buy had it like super cheap one of the weeks. I think I ended up getting it. I watched it, but I don't even remember whether the picture quality was that good or not. I will tell you, like I said, I mentioned it in passing real quick. The picture quality on that Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2 is really good. So if you like that movie or you haven't seen it and you want to get it, I recommend that Vinegar Syndrome. You're not going to get a better 4K scan of that. That's probably as good as that thing's going to get. I really liked it. It looked excellent. I was looking to see if it was anything else I was going to tell you about before I got off of here, but yeah, well, that'll be kind of cool though. I got some other stuff I've recorded a couple of reviews. Um, I did record a review like I told you guys. You're going to see a review of that movie Fall pop up on the channel this week. Um, it was another review I did of a Shudder movie that you'll see. And like I said, I'm not going to probably review a ton of mainstream movies on here since I don't get a lot of hits on my reviews, but I'm going to start trying to review some. I was thinking about doing like a Dollar Tree type thing. If I get a Dollar Tree movie that's good, I might review that. I'm going to review some of these off the wall titles like that movie I was telling you about, the aggression scale. I guess I want to kind of like start recommending older movies like from the 80s that might be forgotten, or horror movies that are kind of B-rated that most people would ignore. I want to start maybe reviewing that stuff, because if I ever get big, then people might want to see my new reviews. But I was thinking that anything new that I watch, I might do a short of it. What do you guys think about that? Significant more better. Yeah, I thought I remembered it looking good. I'm thinking about like any new movie I watch, just doing a short, like a little 1 minute. This is what I think of it, because I do get just as many hits on the shorts as I do my full blown reviews. Find anything at Best Buy today or yesterday? Yeah. Look at the video I just posted. It's nothing major, but for 3 days, yesterday, today, and tomorrow, they've got some 4Ks that are $5.99. So I'll just go ahead and tell you, I bought Crank. That's one of my favorite movies. I love Jason Statham and Crank. I went ahead and upgraded that to 4K because they had it for $5.99, and they had a handful. But go to Walmart and look at that display that's in my video and get you some $3.96 TV series. They had Ash versus Evil Dead. They had I bought the entire series of Orange Is the New Black for $3.96. They had several other TV shows. They had probably a dozen or 15 different 4Ks. $3.96. Watch that video and look for that display in your store. Review the obscure stuff. That's what I'm saying. I want to review like either older stuff that has fallen off the map that most people would have forgotten, um, or some of this off the wall stuff that you could get cheap, um, that nobody else would be reviewing on there. Because I mean, everybody can recommend a new movie that's in the theater or whatever. But I want to anybody that likes movies like us, you want to find something different to watch every once in a while. So that's what I think. That's what I'm gonna start doing. Like I said, but if somebody wants my opinion, like the guy popped up, he was one of the guys who supported me during the Halloween stuff I was doing. He was asking about Hellraiser. I would still like people to know my opinion of those new movies. So I think instead of sitting down and trying to write a review or write bullet points for a review of a new movie, I'm gonna just do shorts of those. So, all right, so it looks like we got the plan mapped out for the week. Like I said, any of you guys interested in Friday the 13th, drop by the ranking video that Peter and I are going to do. Well, live stream Thursday. I think it's whatever time he's available. Once he tells me, it's probably going to be around 8, maybe 9. You'll see it pop up tomorrow. I'm hoping to confirm with him. If he ends up not being able to do it, I'll probably still do it just because I really like Friday the 13th, and I'm really interested to see. As of right now, I cannot figure out my final ranking on some of them, because my like in that series of the movies that I like is way different than what most people would like. My 1 and 2 probably wouldn't match what a lot of people's would. Need to rewatch Ginger. Yeah, I haven't seen Ginger Dead Man in a long time. Dude, I don't remember which 4Ks. I mean, it's quite a few of them. Look, like I said, scan through the video I just did. It's a really short video. Um, I posted it because I didn't know how long the sales were going to be, and I didn't want anybody to miss out. Holy shit! I posted that Walmart $4 4K thing 2 hours ago, and I got almost 260 some views on that thing. That's the most views I've ever gotten in that short amount of time. What is this bullshit? Somebody said, making money is an action, keeping money is a behavior, but growing money is a wisdom. I found out a week ago after getting a $10,000 return on my oh, dude. Hey, be funny. If you guys are a moderator of my live chats, does that mean you can do stuff with comments under my videos? Go under that video that I just posted, that Walmart $4 4K thing. Go under there and that comment from this person talking about making money. See if one of you guys can delete that comment or hide it. there's some people having a whole chat under there talking about investing money. That's got to be somebody spamming. Yeah, there's one of those triple X things comments under there. See what you guys can do with that. Cody says, good night, brother. Too sweet. Appreciate you, brother. I'm definitely going to check out the video on the seasons. Maybe you could pick me up an Oranges and You Black. I could pay you. I'll look at a different store when I actually went to get it. I didn't get it at first because I had to go look and see which ones I had copies of. And when I went back over and picked it up, it was the last one. But I can go, if I see it in a different Walmart, I'll pick it up because I'm going to go into another Walmart tomorrow. But yeah, like Doug, I was looking, they got like Angel Has Fallen, Ken, a couple of the Rambo movies, the Power Ranger movie. It's stuff that was like $9.99 at Best Buy, like during Black Friday. Now they got them for $3.96 at Walmart. There's some Blu-rays, Ash versus the Evil Dead season sets. First, I don't know if they got all three. But yeah, that Oranges and You Black, they only had the one. They got Power season 1 through 3. You get all three of them for $3.96. So let him in. Yeah. So yeah, Doug, you or Cody, see if you can delete that triple X fun comment under that video when you go watch that, Doug. See if you can delete that. I want to know what you can do, is if you can only moderate during live streams or to let you do. You can remove and put someone in timeout. Can you do it on any of my videos or just in the live stream? Go under a video and see if it'll let you delete one of the comments, because I trust you. Night. Yeah, so do that. I really appreciate it. So yeah, I appreciate anybody that's on here and collecting and hobbies maximum. I appreciate you've been supporting the channel lately. Like I said, any of you guys that show up here on the regular, it's real fun. I like it. So hopefully you guys will keep coming back. I want to make sure I didn't miss any comments before we get out of here. But yeah, I appreciate all you guys showing up. It was fun. You guys, you can see we probably didn't watch half the movie that we could have, but that's the fun of it. Just have something playing in the background that if we run out of something to talk about, we at least got the movie on there, and then we can bullshit about movies and stuff as we go. But either way, it's cool. All right, yeah. So Doug, and let me know. So that's the schedule. I watch out. I got my last Dollar Tree hunt that I did last weekend. I got to edit that. That'll be on there this week. I picked up some good TV series on that last one. I got an unboxing of something horror related. I got 2 movie reviews that I've already recorded. I've recorded a bunch of stuff. I'm trying to do this as stress-free as possible. What I'm doing is I'm recording stuff about an hour or two, and then I'll just casually edit it. So I'm trying to find a way to do this to where I can keep getting you guys content, but I also don't stress myself out with work and everything. So it's working out better the last couple weeks. And then we got live stream next week, and then we're going to do one for Christmas where we'll watch it. So it looks like we got a lot of cool stuff planned for the channel. So I appreciate all you guys that came by and watched. Anybody that watches this now or later, put a thumbs up on it, because I do notice that it gets me more views, and I will when we're done. Yeah, cool. It does help the channel. It gets me more views, and then it gets me out there. So some of my videos pick up steam a little bit once I get quite a few likes on them. Take care, Jeff, man. Gonna check out the video. Yeah, I appreciate you, Mr. Old School. You got some old school knowledge. Maybe I will start reviewing some of those obscure movies. Maybe you can chime in and we can start talking about some the good old days of movies instead of some of the the normal mainstay stuff. But yeah, like I said, really appreciate you guys, anybody that hangs with us and watches these. But if you're watching it in the future, like I said, put some comments under the actual video when it posts, and then subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. I think we've done pretty good. I think I've gotten, we're at 1765. I've gotten 69 subscribers in the last 28 days. So keep it up. Let's keep it rolling, because like I said, I really want to do a good giveaway when we hit 2,000 subscribers. So let me get this banner off of here. Cool shirt. Yeah, I got that at Walmart. Stranger Things Hellfire Club shirt. Appreciate that. It's pretty cheap too, so I think it was like $7 or something like that. I never remember where any of this shit is. All right, there's the banner. So yeah, appreciate you, Star Wars Collecting Hobbies. Thank you for coming back and join us on the next live streams, and then chime in under any of my videos or whatever and give me feedback, man. I really appreciate your opinion on looks like everybody that shows up here is pretty fun to talk with, and you can put some comments on any of my videos and I'll chat back and forth with you. Same with any of you guys that are starting to come in, like Collecting Hobbies and Maximum, any of you guys. Doug and Cody are pretty much mainstays. I've dropped a couple of my normal mainstays. I don't know what happened, but maybe if we switch to Fridays during the Christmas week, we're gonna watch Silent Night, Deadly Night 2 on Tubi. What date did we say? I'm going to do that on the 23rd, since I don't know, nobody wants to do live streams on Christmas and stuff. So got a lot of cool stuff coming. Hope you guys keep supporting me. If you ever want to donate anything to the channel, I'll review it. If you ever want to drop me any, my information is below. You can do super thanks, super chats, all that stuff. Anything that I've ever gotten from any of you guys, I've always donated it right back into the channel to keep making stuff so you guys can see. And then I'm gonna probably just start doing some collection videos at the beginning of the year too. So watch that new hunt that I just posted. Go out there and get you guys some cheap movies. And I'm gonna just go ahead and wrap it up and say until next time, boys and girls, this is JEFFMAN316, your pop culture reporter, signing out, saying you guys be safe out there.
Mr. Mayor, Chief, ladies and gentlemen,